It has been more than 3 years since Hurricane Maria devastated the island of Puerto Rico and took down most of its electric transmission grid. But the Montana company that had the first contract to rebuild that grid is still trying to get paid for more than $100 million of work. MTN's Mike Dennison has the latest on the fortunes of Whitefish Energy.
You may remember Whitefish Energy, which became the center of a media firestorm when the little-known company was hired by the Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority to help restore the island's power grid in the wake of Hurricane Maria in September 2017. National media suggested the firm had benefited from connections with then Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke, the former Montana congressman also from Whitefish. Whitefish Energy CEO Andy Tekmansky says he got the contract fair and square, and this summer, a federal audit confirmed the procurement was legitimate. But the Federal Emergency Management Agency has yet to approve payment that would enable Puerto Rico to pay Whitefish Energy $106 million it's owed for work restoring the grid.
They just don't want to be in the news. So essentially, we're still stuck in this political swamp because no one at FEMA wants to do the right thing. They want to just keep pointing fingers at others.
FEMA told MTN News last week it's still reviewing documentation and whether Whitefish charged reasonable rates and should be done with that review by the end of the year. Tekmansky says he charged close to what other line contractors did in Puerto Rico, including one that's already been reimbursed nearly $1 billion, even though its president was arrested for bribery in connection with the contract. Tekmansky also says Montana's congressional delegation has done little to assist him, and that his company has been destroyed by the debt, when it could have emerged as a successful transmission line contractor ready to take on bigger jobs.
Where they should be ashamed is they've cost Montana a lot of jobs in the end. Is everything was teed up, ready to go. We were in pole position to come off the back end of that hurricane and do some really great things and probably be one of the biggest, contractors in Montana right now.
Senator John Tester's office says it's pushing FEMA to decide the case swiftly and hopes it will happen this fall. Meanwhile, Tekmansky and Whitefish Energy still await their money. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Well, FEMA also told MTN News that it has invested more than $25 billion in the response and recovery efforts in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria.